Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl NYCSASH. That is a New York City Sash. Welcome back. I am your host of this here podcast, Muzzle Off, and it is so awesome to be back on your screens. You know, I did need to take a week. I needed to take a week to reassess myself and realign my mindset before I allowed Muzzle Off to become something that I specifically said that it would never become. For the next few episodes, I want to talk about some things that have been affecting me personally that would be considered taboo to talk about. And I just don't want anyone to feel like they can't talk about certain things because other people don't talk about it, okay? Which is why I created Muzzle Off to begin with, okay? So for the next few episodes, I wanted to talk about something. Lately, I've been realizing that something that happened to me a long time ago has been affecting me heavily as I got older. When I was just a girl, I got sexually molested by a family member that I will not name, and I will not mention the correlation between me and that person. But I will say I was sexually molested by my family member, and I don't know why, but now that I'm older, I find myself blaming my mom, blaming everyone else for what happened to me. And I'm like really stressed out about it. I'm stressed and I'm upset that it happened. I'm upset that I feel like I allowed it because I've always been a strong person. And I feel like it's been affecting my dating life, and that a lot of the reasons why I am the way I am is because of that. And I just wanted to say to all the girls and the guys and everything in between that things that happened to you, you did not deserve it. And not only did you not deserve it, but like, it is okay to be upset about it, okay? It is fine. No matter how old you are, no matter what, it is okay to still be upset. I'm still upset. I'm upset because my innocence was removed from me, taken from me, stolen from me at a young age. And I had no control over that. And it then opened my mind to different things at a young age. Now, when I go out there into the world, I look at other girls and I wonder, have you been molested before? Is this person that you're with a person that molests you? You know, I think about these things. And when you guys post your children, I wonder, like, are you even thinking about the people that are watching your Instagram? Are you thinking about the people that are possibly preying on your children? You know, I do have a girl on my Instagram that does not post her kids for that very reason. Shout out to Jules. You're dope. She does not post her children because of that, because it's a crazy and scary and nasty world. And these people, they're like slowly but surely trying to allow things like this to be okay. You know, as a girl, I literally didn't wear skirts. And this was a known fact about me. I didn't wear skirts. I didn't wear dresses. I didn't wear stuff like that. Easy, accessible clothing. I refrained from wearing those things. And then, you know, when I hit that age where I was really grown and I was really just like an adult, I went crazy. You know, I said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to wear my skirts and I'm going to wear my dresses and I'm going to look like a whore. You know, I don't care. Let them see my ass. Let them see my titties. Let them see. Fuck it, right? I was young and they didn't care that they were doing something inappropriate to me. So who gives a fuck? Now, I'm older now. So now it's really allowed. Now I really can be who I was probably meant to be from a young age. Since someone was trying to show me that I was capable of arousing them at such a young age. So now that I'm older, let me really show you guys how I do it. And that's the demented mindset that trauma will give you. Because in my first episode, I was very open about OnlyFans, right? And I guess I've been really realizing that I'm okay with certain things because of what happened to me as a kid. Literally. I'm okay with certain things regarding myself because of the fact that my innocence was stolen from me. And even though I wasn't, taken advantage of to the fullest degree, it still was something that I clearly knew wasn't just right, because whenever I was discussing that specific act with another person that was my age, they were confused because they were like, what are you talking about? Like, why do you even know about that stuff? And I was like, well, the person that I'm not going to say did it to me. So, like, is that like not normal? And that's when I realized. And then I did end up saying something about it. And that the cops that came to my house, they said I was lying. And it was crazy because I couldn't vividly remember the fact that they were asking me about one specific time, and I was trying to articulate to them that it wasn't just one specific time. It was many times, different times. And because they just didn't feel so confident in what I was saying, they just let it go. And I was always angry at my mom because of that. I was like, dude, like, did you not vouch for me? Did you not tell them? Well, all that to say that I just want you guys to know that that is something that affects me now. And I want you guys to understand that if it affects you too, it's okay. Okay? It literally is okay. Like, I want you guys to know that being upset about something that happened to you as a little child is okay, because at the end of the day, it still happened to you and you will still remember it, and you're gonna remember it until the day that you die. So your process in understanding it is going to be a long journey, okay? Because the simple fact is that it's it's more complex than we are out here claiming it to be. Sexual assault is way more complex, especially when it happens to you as a child, because you don't understand. You go from it happening to you to not feeling any type of way about it, to then figuring out that you should feel some type of way about it, and then wondering why you don't feel any type of way about it, and then wondering, hey, why do I not feel some type of way about it but everybody else does, and now I'm starting to feel some type of way about it, but how come you don't feel some type of way about the thing that you did to me? And then, you know what I'm saying? So it's just this effect that it has that isn't quick to realize. It is a process to understand what happened to you. And me, older now, I'm realizing, okay, there were so many reasons in life I made decisions that I didn't know why, and this was why. And that's really the real, sometimes you don't even go to therapy and you're doing some therapy shit for yourself. And that's what I did, taking time, to really think about the things that I've gone through and the things that I've processed through my little old brain, and just not talking to anybody and just staying away from everyone. It allows you to really gather what's happened in the years that you've lived, and wearing skirts and wearing dresses and stuff like that as I got older was not even because I felt confident. It felt like, okay, now that I'm older, now we can start where we left off at, right? So since people were feeling some type of way back in the day when I wanted to be sexy, now I can be sexy, because let me tell you something. Sexual assault will have you feeling like, oh, I'm attractive. Guys think I'm attractive, or that older guys think I'm attractive. So when I was younger, and this is all because of sexual assault, I'm telling you right now, because I was younger and that happened to me, I thought that older guys were attracted to me. So I was trying to get attention from older guys that were clearly like, yo, you're a little girl. And so when I see a girl that's like over, like, like over, I'm like, girl, relax, or something's wrong going on. You know what I mean? Because I have PTSD. And this is a real taboo topic. This is a real topic that nobody wants to talk about. The fact that sexual assault will have you grown up mad early, and then everyone else is trying to tell you, yo, you bugging out, you acted some type of way, you thinking that you grown and shit. Whole time they don't even know that somebody touched you as a little kid, and you feeling like, oh, like I'm grown now. Whole time you're not even supposed to be like that. You're not even supposed to be feeling like that, but you do because of what somebody else did to you. And if that's not taboo, I don't know, but because people never want to talk about this. People never want to talk about the fact that it is the way that you grew up and the experiences that you've had that will lead you to becoming the adult that you are today. And for me, being over sexualized and doing certain things and wearing certain things and being around certain things was okay to me, because at a little girl age, I was already around, I was involved with a sexual act that happened many times. So at this point, I'm like, it's whatever now. It's whatever. It doesn't matter to me. And I never want my kids to experience that. I never want any kid to experience what I experienced, because it takes away your virtue. It takes away from who you are. It takes away from who you were supposed to be, And then I asked myself, like, was I supposed to get molested in order to become who I am? And that's when I started battling with the idea of God and Jesus and all that, because I'm like, damn, like, I was a little ass girl. I was like literally a little girl. Like, why the hell would you put that in my path to experience that? Like, and that's why I struggle so much. I struggle so much with God and with just having faith and stuff like that. And, they always say you have the spirit of Jezebel just all over you. And which, if you guys don't know, the spirit of Jezebel, like, she was like a whore or something like that in church, in the Bible and stuff. And like, when people say you have the spirit of Jezebel, it means, oh, you're very sexual and you're very like involved with the worldly sexual things, you feel me? So I was like, damn, so now I have a demon in me, because when I was a little girl, somebody sexually molested me, and now I just felt older. I felt like I could act this way because I already experienced what y'all talking about, And then when I lost my virginity, I'm not gonna lie, like, when I lost my virginity, it was to someone older. Yeah, again, someone that was way older than they said they were. Because, baby, I still have them on social media, and I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all, very much older than what they said. Okay. And I'm never honest about who took my virginity. I was never really honest about that, who took my virginity, because I dead ass didn't want anybody to know that I lost my virginity to somebody that was like older than me, and I was like 15 years old. So I'm gonna be real with that one. That really sucks, because it's like, I feel like I've been groomed my whole life. Like, every time I go on Facebook and I see guys that I used to talk to in the past, I be like, bro, you're way older than you said. Like, for real, like, you're literally old as fuck. And not obviously, like, you're not this age when I was the age that I was in the past. But I'm saying, if you're this age now, that means you weren't the age you told me in the past before. Like, it's like someone who's 30 years old is telling you that they 25. So I've talked to guys who, when I was 15, 16 years old, were telling me that they were like 18, 19 years old, and they really were like 23, 24 years old. you know? And that's what happened with the guy that took my virginity. Like, he was older than what he said, because I was young, and he dead ass was older than me, like way older than me. So you feel me? And this is the type of stuff that I be talking about, is like, if things that happened to me never happened, would I have been so willing and able to deal with the things that I dealt with? You know, like, if there's anybody out there that's experienced sexual assault, like, do you feel like this is something that affects you in this way? Because I do. And this is just me. Like, there was no, I don't have my iPad on me. There was no pre-written dialogue, because sometimes you write down things. I just came on here and I just wanted to talk to you guys, okay? Like, straight up. You feel me? Because this is something that I really strongly am passionate about. I'm passionate as fuck about this situation, because I feel like there is so much going on in the world today that if it was bad when I was young, I just know it's way worse now. And I fear that, which is one of the main reasons why I don't want kids. Like, a lot of men ask me, like, why I don't want children, why I don't want to have a family. And it's just like, there's so much to pay attention to. There's so much that I have to process as a parent because of what I've been through as a child. And it's just like, how do you parent after getting molested as a kid? How do you go about parenting after being taken advantage of as a child? How do you? Because me, I can't even fathom anything happening to my nieces or my nephew, because I would do unimaginable things, you know? I would do unimaginable things to whoever hurts or puts any harm towards any child. But think about if it was a child that I love and I care for deeply, heavily, because they're related to me. Think about that, you know? And all of that comes from the fact that I experienced something that I shouldn't have at a young age. And I'm sorry if this episode is everywhere. I really didn't come here with anything, you know, pre-planned. I just knew that this was something that was on my mind for the past week. And not only that, some other stuff, of course, like some of the responses that I got on my second episode. Boo-hoo. If you don't like what the fuck I have to say about the things that you did to me, and this is just a side note, if you do something to me and I want to talk about it, I will talk about it. I don't know why that's such a hard concept to grasp, but the truth is that sometimes you really just have to talk about some of the things that you went through so that you can get your point across. Like, if I'm telling you guys about why I did something, I'm going to tell you the real reason why I did it. And if somebody has a problem with the reason why I did something, then maybe you have a problem with the thing that you did that caused me to do that. That's all I can really say. Like, people want you to feel guilty or upset because they don't deal with you anymore. But the fact is that you don't deal with me anymore because it wouldn't have been possible to deal with me anymore in the way that we're discussing it. You know, if I'm dealing with you firsthand and I'm involved with you firsthand, there's no way that you're gonna do me a certain kind of way and then I'm gonna still stick around for it. Okay, so that's just a side note, because regarding a comment that I got on my second episode, I want you guys to understand that people can say their truths doesn't mean that my truths are less of a truth. If I'm out here and I'm telling you guys A, B, and C happen, and then another person is telling you about X, Y, and Z, does that mean that A, B, and C never happened? Because A, B, and C happened even though X, Y, and Z happened too. And I'm not going to lie, not everything anybody says about me is going to be wholeheartedly the truth, but I just let people believe whatever they want. If they want to believe this or they want to believe that, then fuck it. Okay. And like I said, that's just a side note because I know that some of you guys were a little bit concerned about the comment because it was written under my page and you guys wanted to understand where that was rooted from. And if the, and if this was going to be an issue, if it was a problem, and people were even telling me not to make any more comments about the person and stuff like that, which granted, obviously, I understand why, but I just wanted to put that out there for the ones who aren't aware. If you go out there into the world doing people a certain kind of way and people have a reaction to it and they talk about the reaction, then you cannot get mad about it because at the end of the day, it's something that they chose to do regarding the thing that you chose to do. So I'm not talking about what you chose to do. I'm talking about what I chose to do regarding what you chose to do. I hadn't talked about what you did. But going in my comment section talking about the things that I did isn't going to help you, honestly. And this is my program. This is my podcast. Whatever I want to filter out, I'm going to filter out because apparently people were upset about me deleting the comment. I don't give a flying fuck. I will delete whatever I want because nobody needs to know my business. Nobody needs to know the things that I did and the things that I got into and all that stuff. None of it matters. Thank you. Thank you very much. None of it matters. None of it. Not at all. I want you guys to understand that, okay? I will just like to tell you, all of you that are watching this video right now, I love you guys, and supporting me is never, ever going to be a bad thing. I am going to vouch for every single situation. I'm going to vouch for every single topic that you guys talk about. I'm going to vouch for it and I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to make sure that I make it my business to discuss the things that you guys want to speak on, because it is in my nature to not only heal myself, but to heal you guys as well. If you guys follow me and you guys support me, I want to make sure that in supporting me, you're getting a version of healing that I'm also getting from you supporting me. So I just want that to be very clear because it sometimes is very difficult to support someone who isn't really vouching for the things that you vouch for, and I find that problem happening often with creators, especially when they support certain things that I don't support, but yet I love them as a person. I end up having to separate myself because we don't have those same ideas, And I'm not saying that I'm going to agree with everything, but I'm saying I'm going to support the topic. Even if I don't agree, I'm going to still bring light to the situation, if that makes any sense. And I hope that I've geared myself in the right direction with you guys because it's been very hard. It's been very hard because it's almost like social media wants you to believe that you can't talk about anything on here anymore without getting in trouble, without somebody feeling some type of way, without somebody trying to destroy your fucking life, But we're not doing that here. We're not doing that on Muzzle Off. Muzzle Off is a free space, a free place. No muzzle. No holding back. If you have something you want to talk about it, if you have something that you want to talk about and you want me to talk about it, we're going to talk about it regardless if I agree with you or not. Let's debunk it. And if you can prove to me that maybe my idea is wrong or maybe I should think a little bit more about this or that, I want to be able to experience those levels of human nature with you guys. Okay? So like I said, following me and keeping up with me and keeping up with the pod is never going to be a bad thing. It's never going to steer you the wrong way because we are going to talk about complicated conversations. And there are going to be times where maybe I even get flustered or I get frustrated because I don't understand where the idea is coming from. There's so many different creators that do stuff like that I appreciate. It's so refreshing, Subway Takes is a dope ass show on like I think YouTube or it's on Instagram or TikTok or something. Look it up. It's dope. I absolutely love it. I think you guys should go check it out. It kind of gears itself in the same direction that I'm trying to gear myself in, just talking about topics that aren't always the easiest to talk about. Well, I hope you guys are all ready for the next episode, because I do have something written and it's good, and it's something that I don't think a lot of us are ready to talk about, but I'm ready. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was super free. It was super diary coded. Like, you guys definitely were a piece of my today, you know, like me doing this, I needed to do it because I was really struggling. But I love you guys, and I hope that I see you guys next episode, and have a great rest of your week and stay safe.